Can you talk a little bit more about that and a bit about the challenges or opportunities that new technologies are allowing to reach these audiences?
Certainly, when you look at kids from economically disadvantaged backgrounds, they often have fewer of the traditional resources that we would say are important: books and cognitively stimulating materials and toys and things like that. And so what we've found is that, and this was really the goal when Sesame Street was created in the late 60s, was to reach these kids in the place that they were and with the resources that they had.
It's one of the main challenges we still have for digital technologies to really reach everyone and to be relevant to their everyday realities. I think that's one of the big challenges that when we design technologies, by and large, we're thinking of children who might be a little bit better off. If you look at Silicon Valley, it's mostly men under 40 designing technologies. And no wonder most of the technologies work best for men under 40. So what we have to do is really, if we want to reach other populations, we really need to understand their context, need to understand their needs, and we need to do it from the bottom up instead of trying to impose something that was developed for someone else into their lives.
I'm joined today by Deborah Linebarger from the College of Education and Juan Pablo Hourcade from Computer Science. Deborah Linebarger will start with. She received her PhD from the University of Texas at Austin. She's an associate professor of education at the University of Iowa and director of the Iowa Children's Media Lab.
I sometimes think we put so much pressure on parents that they have to be doing every single thing educationally, and somehow these iPads or devices are going to accelerate their kids' learning is a huge mistake, and it's going to take a lot of discourse around these issues, I think.
She's primarily interested in the interface between children's cognitive development and educational media, particularly with children and families from economically disadvantaged backgrounds. To examine this interface, she conducts descriptive work to detail media access and use patterns and relations between these patterns in child development, micro-level experimental work to detect features used in media that direct attention and contribute to content comprehension, and macro-level intervention work that combines the knowledge gained through both descriptive and basic research and applies it in various real-world contexts.
There's research that children living in poverty use educational media more, watch TV more, that kind of thing. And so that was very encouraging, and I've argued that we need to meet them where they are and work with the resources that they have.
And Dr. Juan Pablo Hourcade is an associate professor at the University of Iowa's Department of Computer Science and a member of the Delta Center.
So my background is in designing technologies for children, mostly focusing on how to provide children with the ability to create things that are not possible without computers, help them communicate in ways that are more difficult without computers, and generally give them opportunities that are not available without computers.
His main area of research is human-computer interaction, with a focus on the design, implementation, and evaluation of technologies that support creativity, collaboration, and information access for a variety of users, including children and older adults.
We focus on tools to enable children to be creative and to make things with others. So that's very important, thinking of the social aspects of learning. Oftentimes when we think about kids using computers, we think of a child isolated from the world. And so in my research, I try to push back and think of ways in which we can use computers to actually bring children together with parents, with other kids, and actually help them make something together with others.
Dr. Hourcade is in the editorial board of Interacting with Computers, Foundations and Trends in Human-Computer Interaction, and the International Journal of Child-Computer Interaction. He's editor of the Universal Interactions Forum for Interactions magazine.
Best way to make the most out of this technology is to really involve children in the design of the technologies, because children are experts at being themselves. And that's something that we have to remember. We forgot what it's like, and we were different kinds of children, perhaps. So if we bring them in, they will have different interpretations, and they will think of doing things that we do in different ways. So